Scott DeVore here. I'm the founder of DeVore Capital Contracting and Consulting. We're a multi-service construction real estate development company. We hold multiple construction licenses, one of those being a certified roofing contractor's license. This video, we're going to share a little bit about geared toward homeowners, talking about the pain points that you're dealing with. For whatever reason that you might be needing to get a roof replaced. I'm here with Wes Deason. Wes is VP of operations of our roofing division and among other things that he does for the company. Talk about like these letters that homeowners are receiving now because their roof has, reached a certain age. And if that does happen to you, like what should be your first step?
Yeah, the dreaded doom and gloom letter started to become real prevalent, several years ago, to where insurance companies would just out of the blue send somebody a letter when their roof hit 15 years old. Kind of the driving force behind that is that a lot of people had 3-tab shingles on their house, and the manufacturer would only warranty that shingle for being good for 20 years. So at 15 years, insurance is saying, hey, there's easily 5 years or less of useful life left on your roof, because the manufacturer only wants to say it's good for 20 years. And they would use that as a springboard to send doom and gloom letters saying, hey, you got 6 months to replace your roof or you're not going to get renewed, just because we think your roof is old. So therefore it's, mechanically it's broken down. And sometimes that was true. Sometimes there was damage up there, probably did need to be replaced. Sometimes they didn't have any damage, but they still had to get their roofs replaced. And so those letters are still coming out today, still happens all the time, especially once it hits that 15-year mark. And it doesn't matter what kind of shingle that you have on your roof. And since shingles make up about 90% of the roofs, at least in our market, you run the risk after 15 years of probably getting one of those letters. So my recommendation is very simple. At 15 years, when you've hit that mark, have that free inspection done. Now we, as a licensed contractor that we are, and we have certified inspection teams, we can actually inspect your roof. And there's actually letters that could be possible that we could give you to show that you actually have useful life left. And our laws have changed a little bit to where, insurance companies now might have to use that inspection letter to say, okay, they've got 2 or 3 years left, and that can save you that 2 or 3 years of time before you have to replace that roof, compared to having to do it in 6 months time because the insurance company just says so. So we hope nobody gets those doom and gloom letters, but when they do come out, reach out to a qualified, roofing contractor immediately to have that roof inspected so you can see what your options are.
Talk a little bit about the actual inspection. Like, what does it look like, and what are you looking for, and what type of damage, somebody might, like one of our certified inspectors, might find?
So besides just the roof, we like to take a look at everything that's going on around the house. We'll take a look at your siding, we'll take a look at your chimney, we'll take a look at your gutter system. But, when it comes to roof and roof damage, plan on somebody taking a good 30 to 45 minutes to do a good solid full inspection, unless they just don't find anything at all, and it just overall your roof is pretty tight and it's still functioning properly. They might be able to get that inspection done a little sooner, a little quicker. But they're going to have time to get the ladder set up, protect your home, protect themselves, put on all the right equipment so that they can get on your roof, and then do a thorough walkthrough and check for everything from nail pops to missing shingles and so on and so forth. But when it comes to storm related damage, we're looking for some very specific things, whether it's hail damage, whether it's mechanical damage that could possibly be just because of age of your roof. It could be literal wind damage, where wind has literally come up and picked up those shingles, lifted them up, could possibly even crease them or rip them completely off. Once a little bit of moisture gets into those roofs, those nails get rusted and they'll back out of your shingle and create what we call nail pops. Or sometimes if they're not nailed in the proper pattern, they'll just pull out of the shingle altogether. Your shingles could be sliding out from the weight of each other. So there could be a lot of different things that go on. And if you've got old-fashioned tar paper under there, from your roof that you replaced 18 years ago, and a little moisture's under there, that stuff disintegrates over time. And you could have easily water getting into your decking, and you just don't know it because, once again, maybe you haven't seen that brown spot on your ceiling. So, the thing is just making sure that the person knows exactly what to look for. A good qualified roofer that's licensed should be able to know what to look for, what kind of things to do, give you a good full report with pictures or video. We do both. We do pictures, via camera, or we will shoot video, show you exactly what's going on up there so that you can get a really good idea of what we're talking about if we see anything that needs to be brought to your attention.
The homeowner has us, they reach out, we go over, we inspect the roof. There's definitely evidence of damage, and maybe, extremely strong evidence of damage. What is that next step that we do to help the homeowner in that process?
It's a great question. And so everybody, a lot of people now know about the ability, or you might know somebody that got their roof replaced and they filed a claim and they got it done through their insurance company. Everybody's got a homeowner policy that you've got as insurance on your home, and you need to check your own coverages or have your insurance professional talk to you about what your coverages are. And that might be a story, maybe a conversation for us another day that we'll have, Scott, but what kind of things should be in your policy to make sure you are protected so that you can get your roof taken care of, or other things taken care of if you do have damage. But if you've got the standard good coverages, then you might qualify with that storm-related damage to have an insurance company come out and inspect your roof and find damage, and you might have coverages that actually pay for your roof to be replaced. And from that standpoint, we recommend that you use professionals as well to do your claim. So if we find storm-related damages the way that we work, we're a little different. We kind of feel like our company is the best of both worlds. We're not attorneys. We don't pretend to be. We're not adjusters. We don't get into that realm. We don't even have those kind of conversations. So that's not our realm of expertise. Our expertise is inspecting your roof, finding damage, letting you know what your options are. And then from there, if we feel like you've got something that you should explore from a claim standpoint, we're going to turn you over to our claims professional team that we've partnered with. And they are professionals. They are licensed. They are the ones that can talk to your insurance company, deal with your insurance company, go through your policy, let you know what your coverages are, that you have them or don't have them, and exactly what they can do to get you enough recovery so that we're able to come in and get your roof taken care of accordingly. My suggestion is always to work with professionals that are qualified to work in the area that you're trying to get something done in. You wouldn't go to you wouldn't go to Walmart necessarily to get your car fixed when it's going to require a certified computer to get it done, or things of that nature. You would go to a car professional that knows exactly what they're doing. And so that kind of same scenario as us. We're going to come and inspect your roof, and then if we feel like there's damage and you've got an opportunity to speak to somebody about your claim, we're going to turn you directly over to that person and that team, and we're going to let them go through that process with you. And then now you've got the best of both worlds. You got people that know exactly how to handle a claim and are licensed and qualified to do so, and then you've got us that actually are the professionals that know how to put the roof on and make sure that you're made whole right at the end of the project.
Yeah. What would be like pitfalls to a homeowner? Say they didn't want to use our service and understand that we have a professional claims team that we could utilize, and they elect to try to do it themselves. What would be some pitfalls that they may or may not face?
Doing this for the amount of years that I have, I've obviously seen a lot of homeowners go through the process themselves. And even though I know what that process is, if I ever have damage on my own home, I'm not going to go through the claims process myself. I'm going to use a professional to help me with the claim. Too often times, and I'll be careful with what I say, but these are my opinions, but insurance companies, they don't 100% always do the right thing. They may not adjust your claim correctly. They may not do it timely. Believe it or not, they've got different time frames that they're bound by to get things done, and sometimes they don't adhere to that. And you as the homeowner, you're stressed out enough. You got some damage. You're trying to get your roof taken care of. Now you're talking to an insurance person. They're asking you all these crazy questions. You're not sure how to answer it. You don't know if they're looking for ways to get out of that claim or not. and then they send out an adjuster. You're not even sure what he's talking about. He may be talking all sorts of different language like depreciation and ACV and RCV, and you don't know what all that means. And all you want to know is my claim going to get taken care of? Can I get my roof replaced? And they can make life difficult for you if you don't know how that process works. And as long as I've been in it, that process is not easy, even down to reading the settlement statement, knowing that what money you've got coming to you, what more money you may have coming to you after the project is done, and and all those different things that apply. Unless you're an insurance professional or a claims professional that already knows the ins and outs, I wouldn't just go and file a claim on your own until you've spoken to a professional that knows to answer all the questions that you've got and make that right determination. And I think probably what you'll find is that you're going to want them to help you with the claim because they know exactly what to do and how to do it. And in most cases, everything's going to be on a contingency basis. So you're not putting money out of pocket to get those services done and things of that nature. So it's a win-win really for you to get some professional help.
Yeah, so whether your house has been through a hurricane and your roof has been completely torn off, or maybe nothing to that extreme, but you see some brown spots on the ceiling and you have a leak going on, or you've received one of those dreaded cancellation letters, visit us at DeVoreCapital.com to learn more about our roofing services and how we can help.